everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I have made a lariat with the contents of the most recent bargain bead box, the Violet Glade collection. I started to do it on video, but it takes me such a long time to do these. I never know what I'm going to do. I always start with the front here and I just work my way up, and I started doing it on video and I got up to maybe about here and I was already 45 minutes in, and I didn't want to make that long a video because I don't expect anybody's going to want to watch that long a video. I don't know how long it would have ended up being if I had continued on with it. So I just stopped and I just made it. I'm going to pick it up here in a minute and show you everything about it though, and then I'm going to make a little bracelet that I think is going to match it fairly well. I wanted to chat just for a minute though. I talked to the bargain bead box people, or I emailed them and they emailed me back, and they're working on getting me a coupon code to give you all, which absolutely blows my mind. It was no time ago that I was watching people do these videos and didn't think that I could ever get up the nerve to do them, and then I finally did, and probably wouldn't have went any further than that first video, but you all were so kind to me, and now I'm getting a coupon code to give you for bargain bead box, and that just blows my mind. So I'm so grateful to you all. I had a lady, this is very long, it's probably about 32 inches, which is what I usually make lariats. That's like opera length, and that's usually what I make a lariat. I had a lady ask me on one of the videos, she commented and asked me how you know how long to make a necklace, and that's a really good question, and I don't really know the answer. The way she said she does it for herself is the way you would do it if you were making a piece for yourself. She said she puts on a blouse and a bra and she just holds it up to see how long she wants it to be, and that would totally be the way you would want to do it if you were making it for yourself. Of course, most of the jewelry I make to sell. I hardly ever make anything for myself. It's mostly just personal preference. You know, some people like long necklaces, some people would rather have shorter necklaces. I like longer necklaces, and I tend to make them long. Even when I try to make them shorter, I end up making them longer than I mean to. I think like a choker would be about 16 or 18 inches. I don't think I've ever made a choker. And then probably about 21 inches would probably hit most people below the collarbone. And then an opera style necklace would probably hit most people right at maybe at the top of the stomach, I guess, something like that. Of course, it just depends. You know, a very petite, short person would wear a shorter necklace than a tall, not so petite person. Myself, I'm sure you've been able to tell from my hands and my arms, I'm a big girl and I have a lot of real estate to cover. and so anything I make for me is much longer than would fit anybody else. So it's just personal preference. It depends on the size of the person. You know, it's just, but the standards, I think those are the standards. And of course it depends on the style of the necklace. I think lariats are meant to be long. And then there are other styles of necklaces that are probably meant to be short. So I'll stop babbling about all that and I'll show you how I did this. Like I said, I started with the front, and I just I put my little dragonfly here on a little bit of the chain that came in the box. And then I did wrapped loops with these 3 beads and put some bead caps on this one in the center. And then I did simple loops with these little teal beads and connected them, and I put it through my ring here. When you wear it, this, of course, you can wear it however you want. You can string it through there however you want, but the little dragonfly at the bottom's not going to come through. So, but you could, you know, just wear it ever how you want to. You could string it way through and have a lot of beads dangling along with the dragonfly, or just ever how you want. And then I put one of the little spacer beads, I wire wrapped him and put him on there. And then I did a fairly symmetrical pattern. I don't usually do symmetrical when I do a lariat, but this turned out to be fairly symmetrical. I did just 3 wire wrapped loops, but I alternated. Like I did 2 of the frosted agate with one of the faceted 8mm quartz beads in the middle, and then like I alternated and did 2 of the faceted quartz and a frosted agate in the middle, and I just did that all the way up through there. And then I finished it off with a long piece of chain. This has not got a clasp, it would just go over your head. I usually put chain to go around the back of the neck because I think maybe that feels more comfortable for most people. If I do put beads around the back, I put little small beads around the back. but I just put a long length of the chain to go around the back of the neck, and that's how that turned out. I had a little ring here in my stash that I used to put it through there. So now I'm going to get everything out that I'm going to use to make the bracelet that I'm going to make to go with it, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my beads here. This is going to be very simple. It's just going to be mostly a rosary style link like I do a lot of. I only had 3 of the 8mm faceted beads left, so I'm going to put them in there, and I've got 3 of the frosted agate beads. I think that'll probably be enough, but I'm not sure. I've got a ring here that I'm going to put in the center and put some dangles on, because y'all know I got to have the dangles. And it's like the ring that is in the necklace. And then I'd love to have had another one of those dragonfly toggle clasps, but of course I didn't, so I've just got one of the toggle clasps I had in my stash and some jump rings there. I think what I'll try to do, I thought about doing the 3 faceted beads on one side and the 3 frosted beads on the other, with the ring in the middle. If I can find the ring, there it is. But then I think maybe if I alternate them, it'll look more like the necklace, so I think I'll just do something like that with the ring in the middle. Probably will match the necklace a little bit better. I've got some of my 22 gauge German style wire that I use all the time. And I've got my chain nose pliers, my tweezer pliers that are Xuron, my round nose pliers that I got from BB Craft. I've got my cutters, my crimping pliers. I'm not going to be doing any crimping, but I use those to cut down or tuck down the little burrs left when I cut off the wire. I've got both pairs of my bent chain nose pliers. These are Xuron, and I got these from BB Craft, the yellow ones. So I'm just gonna take a piece of my wire and come down about an inch or so and turn a 90-degree angle over the top of the plier. Put my round nose plier in the bend. Round nose pliers facing me. Bend the wire back until it hits the tool. Can't go any further. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Take the short piece of wire and push it back until it hits the tool. Can't go any further. Cock it back a little to center it over the wire. Take my round nose pliers. Hold the loop. Hold it really tight. First one here I usually just do with my fingers. I'm going to wrap it around about 3 times. I'm going to cut off the extra wire. Oop, I forgot to mention my little shot glass. I have my little New Orleans shot glass to put my wires in that I cut off. Can't forget him. Now I'm going to take one of my faceted beads and put it on here, and then take my pliers and go to the very tip. I'll just straighten it up a little down here and go to the very tip of the pliers, because I don't want a very long neck, because the longer the neck the more wraps you have to make, and I want to have about the same amount of wraps on both sides. And if I do that, it turns out that about 3 wraps is what I can get in there. So I'm going to bend it over the top of the pliers. Take my round nose pliers, put them in the bend of where it bends there. Round nose pliers facing me. Push the wire back till it hits the bead. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Hold on really tight so you don't get your loop out of not be round, out of shape. And take this wire and pull it back till it hits the bottom of the tool, and cock it back just a little to center it over the bead. Take my bent chain nose pliers, hold the loop, hold it really tight. Take my other bent chain nose pliers, try to grab the tip of the wire and try to make that first wrap pretty tight, because that helps the other wraps work out well. Then just wrap keep wrapping until you fill up that space. I'm going to cut off my extra wire. Take my crimping pliers, squish in my little burrs that are left. I'm going to take another piece of wire. I'm going to zoom in a little this time. I don't think I was in hardly very much that time. Now I'm going to go down about an inch or so, make my 90-degree bend, take my round nose pliers, put them in the crook there, round nose pliers facing me, hold real tight, bend the wire back till it hits the tool, can't go any further, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, push the short end back, cock it back a little so it's centered over the wire. And this one I'm going to open the loop a little bit. I'm going to put this one on here. Snap it in there. Close my loop back. Take my bent chain nose pliers and hold my loop. Wrap it around the wire about 3 times. Cut off the extra wire. I'm going to put one on one of my frosted beads this time. Take my pliers, go to the very tip of the pliers, bend over the tool, take my round nose pliers, put them in the crook of the bend, round nose pliers facing me, push the wire back till it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, hold on real tight, take this piece and push it back until it's hitting the bottom of the tool, cock it back a little to center it over the bead. My round nose pliers, bent chain nose pliers, hold it really tight. My other bent chain nose pliers, grab the wire, try to get that first loop really good and tight, and then just wrap until you fill up the space. And cut off the extra wire. And take my crimping pliers and come in here and squish in my little burrs that I left. So now I'm gonna wrap these 3 together, and I'm gonna wrap these 3 together by themselves, and then I'll be back. Okay, I had a change of plans. I got these 3 wrapped and these 3 wrapped, and it wasn't gonna be hardly long enough. And I kind of wanted to get one of these little dragonfly spacers in here because there's one in the necklace, but I was afraid it would make it too long. But I decided to wrap one of them and another of the frosted agate beads. So now I'm gonna make some dangles to go on my ring here. So I'm going to take a ball head pin and my little teal rice bead, put it on there, go to the tip of my pliers, bend over the pliers, take my round nose pliers, put it in the crook of the bend, bend the wire back till it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, pull this wire up, cock it back a little, take my bent chain nose pliers, hold my loop really tight, my other bent chain nose pliers, and wrap. Till I fill up that space. Cut off my extra wire. Use my crimpers and tuck in my little burr. One dangle. I'm going to take another ball head pin and take one of these drop beads that was in the box and just do the same thing. I have talked to you all about my cat. I have the strangest cat. She plays fetch like a dog. I've never had a cat that played fetch. She does not like to be picked up and held. She likes to be petted, but she doesn't like to be picked up and held. And another thing she does that's strange is I've never had a cat that paid any attention to the TV. She loves to watch TV. She'll lay on the floor and watch TV just all the time. And she lays on the floor on her back looking up at the TV because I know she knows she's pretty and she's showing out. And I can hardly ever get a picture of her because when she sees me with the camera she runs. I don't think she likes the camera very much. But I was able to get a picture of her laying on the floor on her back watching TV because she wasn't noticing me because she was watching TV. So if I can remember, I will insert a picture of it at the end of this video so y'all can see my silly cat and how pretty she thinks she is laying there watching TV. She's the queen of the castle, though. Tell everybody it's her house. We just live in it. Now I'm going to take, I only had one little bead cap left out of the box, and that makes me sad because I really love these bead caps. Of course, I know they'll put them up, and so I'm going to use him, and I'm going to put him on the bottom, and I'm going to wire wrap a little agate to make as a dangle. I know they'll probably put some extras up on the website like they always do, and I could get more of these, but you know I'm not going to go over there and just buy bead caps. I'll end up with all kinds of stuff in my cart, and I need to not do that because I need to be disciplined for a while anyway. But you know that's what's going to happen. If I go over there to buy these bead caps, I'm going to come out of there with all kinds of stuff. Because I just can't resist, especially with that 30% off coupon. I just can't help it. My husband tries to tell me it's not really a good sale if you don't need. You're not really saving if you buy things you don't need. But he just doesn't understand. We need all the beads. You can never have too many beads. Somebody commented after I did this unboxing and said, you can never have too many purple beads. And I agree with that because I think purple is my favorite color. Okay, now I'm going to take my little dragonfly, and I have got two little tiny links of the chain that came in the box. And I'm going to take a, if I can find it, a 4mm jump ring. Open it up. Put my little dragonfly on there and put my little 2 links of chain on there. I just wanted him to dangle a little bit lower than he would have just on a jump ring. Now I'm going to take a jump ring, a 6mm jump ring. Probably, I might have too many dangles here. In my opinion, you could never have too many dangles, but I might have too many dangles here. I'm going to put my little teal drop here, and I'm going to put it on my ring. And then I think I'll do my little what do I want to do next? I think I'll do my little agate bead and put it on my ring. And then I think I'll take one of my 6mm jump rings and put my dragonfly on. Open him up a little bit more. Then I'm going to take another 6mm jump ring, put my purple drop on. Okay, so there's all my little dangles. Now I'm going to take, I think I didn't lay out enough jump rings. Hold on, let me get a couple jump rings. Okay, now I'm going to take a 6mm jump ring, open it up, put this side of my ring on, this side of my bracelet, I'm going to take another 6mm jump ring, put this side of my bracelet on, this side of my ring. Now I'm going to take my toggle and a 6mm jump ring. Put one end of my bracelet on. My toggle ring, and take the other 6mm jump ring, put the other side of my bracelet on, my toggle bar, put it together here. There's my little bracelet that I think matches my lariat. Let me get it all together here and I'll be back. So that's my little bracelet and lariat set here. I hope you all like it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As usual, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. Again, you all have given me the courage to do something that I would never have thought possible, and I will never be able to express in words how much that means to me. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook and Instagram and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.